Christmas Eve.
I'm Doan G. This is Wave 3 News.
It's time for Wave 3 Listens Live on Kentuckiana's first live local TV talk show, all hosted by John Ramsey. This is Wave 3 Listens Live.
And welcome to a very special edition of Wave 3 Listens Live. We're coming from the CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center located on Lime Kiln Lane. You know, these two gentlemen to my left, both Dr. Nana and Misaguchi and Dr. Bradley Calabrese, are not only respected and admired here in this community, but around the globe for the work that they do. If you're looking for the perfect holiday gift, if you could make someone feel younger, feel better, rejuvenated, I think that would be a great gift. And we're going to talk about some holiday specials here at CaloSpa. Dr. Calabrese, Dr. Misaguchi, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here. You know, I've got to tell you, you guys are so busy that it's amazing to me that you look so dapper. These are also the best dressed men in plastic surgery. I promise you that. Gentlemen, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
But it's kind of like going to a hairdresser, or if her hair looks bad, it's like, I don't want to go here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, you know, I think that, you know, it's just, we want to play the part a little bit, and I think we just naturally dress this way as well. So, I mean, that's how, when we go out, and I mean, he and his wife were actually voted, you know, best dressed at one of the events a year or two ago. So he always dresses like that, you know. I keep it calmer than he does. His splash. I just kind of try to dress nice.
Well, I appreciate it. It looks great on camera. We're going to talk about the 12 days of CaloSpa a little bit. Holiday gift giving. Guys, I would think there would not be a better gift to give someone than the gift of looking younger, feeling confident about yourself this holiday season. Dr. Misaguchi, tell me about the 12 days of CaloSpa.
Well, this was a great concept that Dr. Calabrese and the team came up with several years ago, and we have this nice little pamphlet that we hand out, and it tells all the specials that we have for 12 days coming up to Christmas. Of course, we only have how many days left?
3 days.
3 days left.
3 days left.
So, Dr. Calabrese can talk about some of the specials that we're having.
Well, yeah, well, really, today is one of the best specials, because today we believe in growth factor, and the one we use a lot of is TNS growth factor. So today, if you buy a TNS peel package, which includes 3 peels, we have 3 different ones, so it usually costs somewhere between $350 to $500 or $600, depending on which pill. But you buy that package, you get some skincare products, 3 different ones, a value of $225, because the products can get expensive. So you get $225 worth of product free when you just buy the pill package, which we believe everybody should have those peels anyway as part of the package. So for just a few $100s, you get this $225 gift for absolutely free. And so I think those are the kind of specials we want to give. We partner with our vendors to give great value. And for the holidays, if you want to do skincare and you're thinking about it, one thing is to be giving gifts, and the other is to be giving yourself gifts, or asking, you know, your significant other or your children, this would be the perfect gift. I want to have skincare. And, you know, so much of the time people ask me, they say, I'm so hard to buy for, right? It's like, what do I buy for you? And I think we all feel that way about so many people around us. We're like, what is the perfect gift? The perfect gift are the things they want to do and the things they maybe have just not gotten around to. And so if you can save yourself a few $100s along the way, it's really great.
And for those on your gift list who want the very best, there's no question, CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center.
There is no question about that. Oh, absolutely.
There really is not. I think when they open it up, they're going to go, my goodness. And you do have great value here. In fact, I want to talk a little bit more about the 12 days of CaloSpa. 3 days left. Once again, I want you to take note about the information we're going to throw on your screen here. But let's talk a little bit about Voluma. Which one of you guys are well, both of you are experts, but Dr. Misaguchi, I see Dr. Calabrese pointing in your direction, so here we go. Voluma, what exactly is Voluma, and what does it accomplish for clients?
Well, Voluma is a new exciting product from Allergan, and it's a hyaluronic acid, and it's different than the other hyaluronic acids they have, Juvederm, or by another company, Restylane, in that it has a lot more lifting capability, and it's also very stable. So it kind of stays where I place it, and I'm able to mold it and shape it, and it maintains that shape. So it gives a lot of nice volume, especially in the cheek area. And Dr. Calabrese and I have been really, I feel like we've been ahead of pretty much everybody in the country about replacing cheek volume, and recognizing that replacing the cheek volume is probably the most important thing that we can do to improve not only the cheek area, but also your nasolabial folds, or even under your eyes.
Let's talk about that a little bit. We're going to show some before and after pictures, and a little bit later on, we're going to do a little Voluma with Deanna. I'm looking forward to that, a live demonstration. So
you can see this lady right here. She has a tremendous result, and you can see just all we did was filling around the cheek, and she also did get a little filling around her lips, but you can see what that cheek did. Not only did it replace the volume on her cheek, it improved her tear trough Soften her nasolabial fold. And then look at that jowl, that thing that hangs right below your jawline right there. Look how much of a lift that she got.
You did. You get a lift from that. That's unusual. Do you find that with Juvederm? Can you get those same kind of results?
I mean, if you put enough in there, you could. But the idea is to try to put the least amount of volume to get the maximum amount of results, right?
So the thicker a product is, the more it lifts. So a lot of our products we use today, which are very reversible, like Juvederm, Restylane, Perlane, they fill in areas. They fill in wrinkles. They give volume to lips. They fill in, but they're soft. So they don't have as much lift as sort of fill in. And with Voluma, it's a lifting product. So you can put it deep, and it will actually go in and almost act like an implant in a way. And it sort of lifts the tissues. So if you lift your cheeks, it lifts the cheeks on down all the way to the jowl. And that's what we mean by lift. So Voluma is a new product. It is Juvederm. It's a hyaluronic acid like Juvederm. It's just thicker. It's a thicker version, and thus it lasts longer.
I want to tell you about this next picture here. This is really important. It's not really just for people who are up in their age, okay? This is a great product for young people because it can replace or improve cheek structure that they may never have had. And you can see this lady, she's very young, and she wanted a little bit better cheek structure, and you can see what a huge improvement it's made. Not only in her cheeks, also in her case too, even her tear trough area, even the area, the nasolabial fold area.
So much of what all we do today is about adding volume, because I always tell patients that aging involves three things mostly. It's changes in the skin, we all know that. We all do skin care and laser and all those things for the skin. It's a drooping of the skin, a drooping of the tissues in the face that causes aging, sagging, but also it's a loss of volume. And all three of those things. So in a younger person, if they start to feel a little more aged, they've really just lost volume. So if you restore volume, you restore everything for them, just like that patient you saw. But if somebody gets older, then you may need to help their skin with skincare products or something more. You want to add volume always, and then sometimes you need to do more, like surgery, facelifts, or whatever. So if we think about it that way, we'll really know how to treat the patient, and we try to always treat the patient completely, not just partially. If we're going to be giving them volume, we're going to be thinking about their skin too, if they're a little bit older and they need some work. That's how it works. That's how you get benefit. So it takes our guidance to get them there, and the concept of just doing one little thing and make them better, for a young person it does. But for so many patients, they need a little more than that.
Sure. Not
necessarily expensive things, just more. And so we're here to educate them and help them find the path, which may be non-surgical, for full rejuvenation and reserve surgery for when you need it.
I think I could keep you guys busy for about 3 days with my face alone, I'm telling
what's
you.
Great is
we haven't noticed that. No, we haven't, no, for sure.
What's great is that, Dr. Calabrese and I mean, we can provide all these services for you. Okay, right here. And some of my patients are surprised. They think they need a facelift. And I said, no, you don't need a facelift yet. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, no, you don't need a facelift.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but you said something that really caught my attention when you were talking about the Voluma being able to actually help the eyes. Because from what I always understood in the past, it was like, okay, that's going to require surgery. But you're saying if you add volume, it can actually add volume to underneath the eyelids, and therefore you're going to have a more youthful appearance, correct?
Certainly, yes.
Yeah, most of the volume I place, or the injectables I'm asked to do, are under the eye. So probably 80% of all that I do is injecting under the eye. So for so many patients, just adding the volume underneath these bags can fill it up and give a much more rejuvenated look. And so, yeah, and I think that when you're, as Dr. Mitsuguchi alluded to, when you're here, we will give you non-surgical treatments when you need them, but we will also tell you when you need surgery. And that's what we offer over maybe a standalone Medi-Spa that doesn't, if you have Voluma, everybody gets Voluma. If they need a facelift, you still get Voluma, where we try to look at the patient and find the best path for them that's going to achieve their goals, which sometimes is Voluma, and sometimes it's something more than that.
I think that's what separates you here at CaloSpa as well, because I do think everyone is different, and if you get experts like you to really look at each one as an individual person, exactly fit their needs, and you've got it all available here at CaloSpa, all under one roof. Very relaxing atmosphere. We want to show you some of those holiday specials once again, and you have something called holiday bundling, and something that I'm interested in because I know my wife would love. Gift cards. Can we talk about those as well?
Yeah, gift cards are great. This is if you just can't figure it out, or for most people who are like my family, my nieces and nephews, my mother, they all like money, right?
Sure,
so
sure.
This is kind of like money, but it's something more, and I think we like gift cards wherever it is because it seems something a little bit more personal, like they like to go there. A little thought, a little effort was put into it. And with these, you buy a $100 gift card, and for every $100 you spend, you get an extra $20 gift card that we don't load onto that gift card, but we give you separately, because that may be just your own little gift for you as well. So if you're even thinking about getting some products or doing doing something here at the spa and you're not sure exactly what, you can always come in and buy, you know, $500 or $1,000 worth of gift cards. You're going to get some additional. I mean, my little secret here is like when patients can't figure it out, it's like we're selling gift cards right now because of the holidays. You're going to get basically a 20% discount on everything. You buy your gift cards, and then you come in and see us, and then figure out what you want. For all those patients out there who want to do something at CaloSpa, come in or ask your family that would be the perfect gift. They can come in over the next week and get the gift cards and save a lot of money.
All righty. New year, a new you. CaloSpa. We'll take your questions. 571-5263. You can give us a call. Or, of course, we encourage you to visit today. It's only 3 days left of the 12 days of CaloSpa. We'll be right back on Wave 3 Listens.
It's now. It's live and it's here.
I use my app for that in the morning when I'm getting ready.
Connect to now.
I like to know what's going on in the city.
Join the conversation as stories break.
This is easier, more convenient way for me to keep up with the news.
We should all know what's going on at all times.
So I'll get the updates on my mobile.
Know what's breaking, where you are, and know what people are saying about it in Kentuckiana.
Get connected wherever you are with the Wave 3 News mobile app. Visit your app store and download it today.
When Chef Tony Baker is in the kitchen, he never gets burned.
Thanks to my UV-Glove hot surface handler, now with non-slip silicone grips.
The UV-Glove protects from heat up to 540 degrees.
And it's flame resistant. It really helps me hang on to slippery dishes. I use it with hot dinner plates, even ceramic bakeware. In my kitchen, I always make sure it's the UV-Glove.
The UV-Glove is available at Walgreens, Rite Aid, Kroger, and Kmart.
Hello, I'm Tom Owen. Join me in supporting Farmington Historic Plantation's fundraising campaign. Your gifts will help support Farmington's community and educational programs on its scenic 18-acre site, providing a fun place to learn about a historic hemp plantation and our connection to Abraham Lincoln. Help preserve Farmington's future as one of Louisville's most important historic treasures. Please visit farmingtondonations.com.
We can start talking about the special.
Welcome back to a very special edition of Wave 3 Listens. CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. Only 3 days remaining of the 12 days of CaloSpa. Dr. Misaguchi is with me, as well as Dr. Bradley Calabrese. Dr. Calabrese, we've been talking about Voluma. I think we're going to see a little demonstration here, and perhaps you can tell us exactly what we're trying to accomplish, what Voluma will do for Deanna. By the way, welcome to Deanna. Nice model.
Deanna, yeah. Thank you, Deanna. Yeah, and so Nana's getting everything ready here. Voluma, as we mentioned, is a product to lift. I think you want to talk about it, Nana?
Okay, sure. So in her situation, and this is very typical, which is that this is the cheek area that she's deficient in, which is creating all this fold and a little bit of a tear trough issues. But with Voluma, it's going to help to lift this up, and I'll be able to show you that here in a second, and Dr. Calabrese is going to keep talking.
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to get ready to inject here. Remember, Voluma, if you buy 2 syringes currently, then you're going to get half off of an extra syringe of Juvederm. Maybe you want to do your lips at the same time. You can get an extra syringe, half off, or you get 20 units of Botox free. That's about a $200 value. So either way, $200, $250 free for just buying Voluma. 2 syringes of Voluma currently cost $1,500. I think it's important to know how much that is. We usually put a syringe, which is 1 cc per cheek.
And you can see she's tolerating this very well. And I'm not sure if it's showing up on the camera, but you may notice that she's already fuller on this side. I'm going to keep building up her cheek here, and it's going to really help the shape of her cheek. Okay.
Dr. Calabrese, how much downtime are we talking here? Obviously, this looks pretty simple, painless.
Voluma usually does not bruise, and so I'd say most of the time there's basically no downtime. You could go out to dinner that evening and be perfectly fine. This product is placed basically right on the bone. So it's very deep. It's a little different than when you're very superficial, injecting into wrinkles or into lips. And it's very quick. The volume we like to put in the high lateral cheek. You'll see where he's placing it. So you get that nice little lift and that little shadowing, which looks very youthful. And so that's what we try to do, is adding volume up to that area. Now, you can use Voluma in other areas potentially, and that's sort of going to be up to the physician to make that decision on where they can place it. But you would not use Voluma like in the lips. It's a little too thick for those sort of areas, so we surely avoid those areas. But any area that needs augmentation, where there's bone, like along the jawline potentially, up in the cheek, the high cheek mass, it's excellent for.
Okay, are there any side effects with this product?
Well, not when we do it. No, I'm just kidding.
You are the best. I'll give you that.
So you get some temporary bruising or swelling, okay? And really there's not many side effects beyond that if it's done well. But if you don't like the product, let's just say you did it and you didn't like it, and or maybe got a lump that you didn't like. The nice thing about Voluma is it's reversible. So we have product called hyaluronidase that we can put into the product and immediately reverse it. So nobody has to come in worrying that they're going to have to live for 2 years with the product they don't like. So I love the concept of reversibility. The fact that we haven't burned any bridges. If you don't like it, we can reverse this and get rid of it. And some of our other lifting products, you can't do that. Once it's there, it's going to stay until the body breaks it down over time. So some reversibility is very nice, and yet we still get the lifting effect of it. I think you can see with Deanna, she's tolerating it very well. This is not really uncomfortable at all. We can do this very quickly, and often add it with other injectables. It's very important. You can also do your lips. You can also do your nasolabial folds. You can place some Botox or Dysport at the same time. And that's how we do global rejuvenation. Put them on a TNS peel system, which of course we have a special on right now. You buy 3 peels and you get a bunch of free product, about $225 value. Those are the great ways to get complete correction and pay a lot less for it. Do you see that? Her right cheek, how high her right cheek looks, and you see how it's almost lifting her nasolabial fold, and underneath her, right by her nose, it looks more blended with her cheek, and it looks much more youthful. So if you look, there's the right side of Deanna, and then turn Deanna to the other side. And see, yeah, there you go.
There's a stark difference.
Yeah, so I think that's very, very nice. That quickly.
Wow.
You can see it.
Now, is this product, just for those who may be concerned about, FDA approved, right?
FDA approved, yes it is. It's FDA approved for placement in the high lateral cheeks, in the cheeks.
And what's nice
and you do it in the chin as well.
Another nice property about this is it doesn't attract as much water, so you don't get as much swelling as some of the other products.
Yeah. Something like Juvederm, Restylane, they're hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is sort of philic to water. It likes to draw water in, so things swell up with that. But this is so thick that it actually doesn't do that. So you won't get the swelling that you would possibly see if you have experience of having had Juvederm before and actually swelled. You won't see that. It's very, very immediate results, just like putting a little quick implant in to the cheeks, and it brings a lot of youth to the face. People are shocked. The first time I got an injectable, when Nana did it for me, many years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I was shocked at how different volume in my face looked at 46 or 47 years old. It just totally brings a whole sense of youth to the face in something that took like 5 minutes. And that's what's amazing about it.
What kind of reviews, what kind of feedback, Nana, I want you to comment as well, Dr. Calabrese, please, are you getting from your clients with Voluma? I know it's a relatively new product. What kind of critique or feedback are you getting?
Well, you know, I've been doing these cheek kind of injections for a long time, but cheek injections always have that. It's one of these things I have to explain to my patients, and once they understand, and once I do one side, I show them in a mirror, and it's just, wow, that's what I hear.
There's definitely a wow effect.
It's just,
I love that.
And you know, Dr. Brandt, who's out of New York and Miami, I was just in a meeting with him, and he does probably as much or more injectables than anybody in the country for many years. He knows all the products and researched most of them, and now Voluma is his. And he used to do a lot of Perlane Restylane, which is quite different. This is now his injectable of choice for any volumization, so he really, really likes the product. And I think that means a lot from somebody who does so much, who can actually just discern the differences between these products. And so I think that means a lot to have this product. And I think the reversibility, before we've used products that lifted, but maybe weren't reversible and weren't quite as soft and as nice.
So, again, folks, if you want to get that wow factor, it's the holiday season. If you'd like to give someone the wow factor, Voluma is the name of the product, CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. That's where you want to have it done by experts like these, as I said, respected all over the globe, not just here in our part of the country. Folks, is there a special, again, on Voluma? Yes. I want to hit that one more time, if you would, please.
Yes, 2 syringes of Voluma is $1,500. And if you're doing it now till the end of the year, you will get an additional $200 worth of Botox free, or half price on another syringe of like Juvederm. Maybe you want to do the lips or someplace like that, or the chin or someplace else. So it's about a $200 to $300 value for free. when you get your Voluma.
All right. Once again, CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. Dr. Bradley Calabrese, and Dr. Nana Misaguchi is with us as well. And Deanna's been a great model. She looks fabulous. You can look fabulous as well. CaloSpa is the name of the place. We encourage you to give them a call. Make an appointment today. We'll be right back on Wave 3 Listens.
Get the new cabinet look for a fraction of the cost of new cabinets. We will update your kitchen for a fraction of the cost and save you thousands. Call 361-3838. Cabinet refacing looks this good.
Time is running out. Use your Vision benefits before they expire. VisionWorks accepts hundreds of vision plans, including Davis Vision. And get 50% off a second pair of glasses when you use your insurance. VisionWorks. Find more than a pair of glasses. Find a better you.
If you've been injured, please call the Becker Law Office. We want to help you get the money you and your family deserve.
Serious, experienced results. Call the Becker Law Office for a free evaluation. Just dial 3s.
Get the new cabinet look for a fraction of the cost of new cabinets. We will update your kitchen for a fraction of the cost and save you thousands. Call 361-3838. Cabinet refacing looks this good.
You know the Salvation Army Angel Tree program is more than giving clothes and toys to kids. You can also help provide a good meal for a family in need.
Wave 3 News, Kroger, and the Salvation Army want you to know you can still help with the Food Angel program.
Go now to any participating Kroger. Just take an angel from the Salvation Army's Angel Tree
and just add it to your grocery bill. Time is running out, but you can still help Kroger, Wave 3 News, and the Salvation Army make this a brighter holiday season.
Hello, I'm Tom Owen. Join me in supporting Farmington Historic Plantation's fundraising campaign. Your gifts will help support Farmington's community and educational programs on its scenic 18-acre site, providing a fun place to learn about a historic hemp plantation and our connection to Abraham Lincoln. Help preserve Farmington's future as one of Louisville's most important historic treasures. Please visit farmingtondonations.com.
Welcome back. Reminding you once again, there are only 3 days left of the 12 days of CaloSpa. Dr. Calabrese is with me. Dr. Misaguchi is with me as well, the two partners. And by the way, they have a new Lexington location we're going to talk about a little later on. If you have some Wildcat fans who live in Lexington, they can have the same great professional service there in Lexington now. All right, doctors.
I'm wearing red, kind of U of L
Thank
today.
you. I appreciate that.
Blue here for U of K. We're well represented. He's a big UK fan, U of L fan. So we covered the bases here. So
we love that.
This was actually for Christmas, but you know, everybody goes, oh my gosh, you wore red all the time. So
I like the loyalty to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And I know you're well thought of in those circles. All right, here we go real quickly. We're going to talk about the 3 days that are remaining in the 12 days of CaloSpa, talk about some products, talk about some services, and the deals that you can have right now at CaloSpa. Okay, here we go. We're going to throw up a graphic here real quickly, and if you would, Doc, talk about each one of these. You guys can take turns and let me know exactly what these treatments involve.
Well, today, and today only, is our growth factor special, which is TNS growth factor. And with that, you purchase the TNS peel package, which includes 3 different peels that you can get. You get 3 peels during that package, usually about $300 to $500 for those 3 peels total. And you're going to get an additional $225 worth of skincare products free, which are the growth factors, which you need anyway. So you're going to buy those anyway, but you're going to get them for free this time, about $225.
Fabulous.
So it's really going to give you a big savings when you're thinking about doing these peels. Now, starting tomorrow, which only for tomorrow, it's going to buy 2 syringes of a filler, either that be Juvederm, Restylane, Bellator, all the different fillers that we utilize, not Voluma, but Juvederm and Restylane, and you're going to actually get a 20 units of Botox free, or 20 units or 50 units of Dysport, basically one area of a toxin free, which is about a $200 value. Okay, so you spend about $800 or $900, and you're going to get $200 worth of toxin free, because most of our patients who get fillers also get Botox or something the equivalent to sort of relax the forehead or the frown lines between their eyes. And so that's tomorrow. So if you're thinking about doing some fillers, doing some Botox, if you buy it tomorrow, you're going to get that special. And then the final day, or the 12th day, is next Monday, and that's going to be permanent makeup. So any of those patients who are considering permanent makeup, if you buy one area, you get your second area half price. So if you're doing your eyeliner and want to do your lip line or anything like that, you're going to get the second area at half price, which is a great value. About a $200 to $600 value for that. So,
wow.
So yeah. So and then of course, for everybody who can't figure it out, or you just want to give a nice gift, the gift cards is a really great special, and that's going to be until Christmas time. And if you buy a $100 gift card, you get an additional $20 gift card free. You can buy one of those, you can buy 5 of those, you could buy 100 of those. We don't have any special. So it's a really great way to purchase gifts, get something back for yourself, to buy some products you want, and that's what's really great.
I promise you this, those won't be regifted.
Those will not be.
You keep those.
You keep those little 20s, and we do them. But you know, there's other great gift ideas. If you just can't figure it out, I have friends. I mean, right now, when we're done with this show, I have to go out and try to figure out, put a package together for one of my friends who's coming in to get it for his girlfriend. You know, but it's like, what do I do? And so I know them, so I can sort of pick out the products. You know, and so if you know them, Clarisonics is a great gift. This is the brushes that you utilize. It's ultrasonic to clean your skin. You have them for the face. We now have them for the feet. It costs about $200, $225 for the face, $199 for the foot one. It's a great, great gift idea. Men and women both love that as a gift, and so it's very simple. We have the gift cards, as we mentioned. Additionally, we have these growth factor special, because you know we believe in TNS growth factor. If you buy $250 or more worth of products from the TNS, and that's not hard to do.
No.
Because this one costs $250, but it lasts a long time. You're going to get an additional set of products of vitamin C and vitamin E complex. You're going to get a great cleanser, which you're going to need anyway, and you're going to get dermal repair, which just means the skin, it sort of thickens the skin, and that's about a $225 value free. So think if you spend $250, you get $225 worth of value free that comes with it. So it's almost making it half price. So it's a really, really great way to get all the products. You buy one or two products, and you're going to get a bunch of the other products for free, which I think is really, really great. And additionally, we have Latisse for those who want to grow the eyelashes. I've been using it for 3 or 4 months, and it's amazing the difference. And I used to say I was a rabbit. I had no eyelashes, and so now I have eyelashes. My mother and my sisters are all on it because we're all rabbits. But if you buy the 5cc Latisse, which costs about $170, I'm sorry, you're going to receive TNS Eye Repair. That's an $85 product, along with the cosmetic bag from Latisse, and you're going to get a little card in there that gives you $20 off your next Latisse purchase. So there's really a lot of value in that, because the TNS Eye Repair I use, and it's $85, and so if you get that for free, along with the little bag, you've almost made your Latisse free too, so it's really great.
Fabulous. So it's a new year, a new you, and as I said, I promise you, if you have someone on your gift list and you don't know what to get them, they will be wowed. CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center, because all these are about looking younger. There's never a better time. We're getting ready for 2014 than to go ahead and buy those gift cards. And as he mentioned, for every $100, you get to keep $20 for yourself. Dr. Misaguchi, which one of these products would you say, okay, I'm wanting to shop for my wife? What do you think would be the best purchase to make for those who do not know? Now, I think, Dr. Calabrese, you made a good point. You know, gift cards are great because it's like cash, and it still says I was thinking of you. What would you recommend, Dr. Misaguchi?
Well, you know, as you probably know, my wife has all this. But she loves the Clarisonic. She loves that TNS Recovery Complex. As a matter of fact, I use the TNS Recovery Complex as well. So, I'd give her a gift card right now because she gets to pick what she wants.
And I was in the spa a couple days ago, and I ran into his wife, Sarah, who was there buying all the candles and all the gifts for her friends as well, too, and for all the people that she wanted to give gifts to. So we shop in our own spa as well, right, trying to find gifts for people. So I think it is, using Clarisonic, some good skincare, gift cards, everything. We have so much value there. We try to make it simple and easy and package it together so it makes a lot of sense so you can just come in and get a quick gift. And I would say that most people should consider getting all of it. For that to be a perfect gift, one big package.
The other thing that's great is we have this Moroccan oil product that is just beautiful to give as gifts. It is.
Yeah, if you don't know what skincare to give them, everybody loves the Moroccan oils for the body, and you put in the shower with you, and that's a great gift. Put a little package together with that, a gift card, a massage. It's a perfect gift.
Wow, sounds fabulous. Okay, a new year, a new you. There's never been a better time than to visit or give a gift from CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. Very special edition. If you have questions, 571-5263. We'll be right back. We're coming to you live from the CaloSpa with Dr. Calabrese and Dr. Misaguchi.
My name's Isaiah Scott, and I'm a certified nursing assistant for American Senior Community. I love coming to work for ASC every day for one reason, to see my residents. I love them. I know that I'm helping them, and when they give me a smile of thanks, it makes me feel 10 feet tall. It's just like a big family here.
American Senior Communities, where caring people make the difference. Visit us at ascseniorcare.com for a location near you.
Clap on, clap off.
Presenting the Clapper. Just plug it in. Turns things on, turns things off just by clapping. Perfect for hard-to-reach places. Switch to the away function for convenience and security. Your lights will turn on as you enter the room. Or if someone else tries to.
Clap on, clap off. The Clapper.
Available at Walgreens, Rite Aid, participating Do It Best, and True Value.
Welcome back. We're coming to you live from CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center, located on Lime Kiln Lane. Make an appointment today. It's a brand new year, a brand new you, and many, many holiday gift specials. We're celebrating a little bit here. Dr. Misaguchi, Dr. Bradley Calabrese, celebrating because they have a new Lexington location. So, guys, first of all, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
All right, now tell me a little bit about this. When's opening day? What kind of services will you offer? Tell me a little bit.
Well, Dr. Calabrese and I have been working on this for quite a while, and it took us a long time to find the right location. We feel like we did find the location. It's going to be in Chevy Chase in Lexington, and it's a beautiful area. When is it going to open? That's a question that we get asked by everybody, and we're shooting for April, May, hopefully before Derby. We're really optimistic. So,
well, you know, I'm a little worried here because if this were basketball, you guys would be highly sought after recruits, and I'm worried that Lexington's going to steal you. That Coach Calipari is going to take our best players. So, with that being said, are you all going to share time between Louisville and Lexington? Or
we're closing here. We're going to move there.
Oh no! Don't you dare! Don't you do it?
Yeah, please. No. I mean, I think that we already serve a lot of Lexington, and we serve that whole corridor. So we do a lot of people from Somerset, London, Russell Springs, all the way over to West Virginia and Huntington, West Virginia. So that location is going to help to serve them better because they're always having to come back to Louisville for all their post-operative care and all their management and their spa services and Botox, and that's really hard. And so the number one reason we open that location, or going to open that location, is to serve those patients better and to have a place for them to have easier follow-through and follow-up and also get their treatments from the spa. But additionally, obviously, we're going to probably get new clients from the Lexington when we're more conveniently located there. It's so close to Louisville. It's a sister city in many ways, and it's not hard to get there. And we've been asked to open a Lexington location for so long that this is what he said, it's been a long time in coming, probably for 3 or 4 years. We've been thinking about it and trying to work on that. And it's really the right location, and it had to be the right time to do it. And so I hope that it just expands all that we do, both Louisville and Lexington.
Doc, we were talking off camera a little bit about how you've been able to continue evolving with the newest products, the best procedures, etc. Will those same services that you offer here at CaloSpa be offered in Lexington as well?
Yes.
I think the majority of services, we're really working on that menu, but I would think we would try to sort of pattern that location after this location. Maybe not every technology. If it's a more expensive technology and we can't have it there, we may have them come for those treatments here, but in general, most everything will be served there that's here.
All right, Dr. Misaguchi, Dr. Calabrese, let's talk a little bit about breast season. What exactly is breast season? Help me out.
Well, we're not into breast season.
Not into it yet?
But it's coming. And I think that it's, in the spring, it's when you start thinking about needing to get in a bathing suit again. And one of those things you've always thought about, and I think a little bit it has to do with getting your little refund checks back in the government in the spring. So during that time, a lot of patients are thinking about redoing their breasts. Of course, we do breasts all year long. I think what's amazing about 2014, and I say this to every patient I see now, is like, you're so lucky that you're getting a breast augmentation today because our choices of implants are so much greater. I've spent a lot of my time during the year out lecturing about breasts and knowing about breasts and writing about breasts. This morning when I was in surgery between cases, I was editing another article on it. And so we have great silicone implants. We've just introduced over the last year something called the 5th generation implants. The gel gel's more cohesive. The 4th and 5th generation implants are so great. If you cut them in two, they really don't go anywhere. The silicone stays within the implant, within the shell. So the safety factor is great. They perform very well. They're soft. They feel natural. And I think it's just a whole different world. We now have round implants, shaped implants as well as round implants. So no longer are we just a round world. For those patients who want a much more natural look to the breast, we only in the last year have been able to offer that in the United States. I think that's really important. We have smooth implants. We have textured implants. We have 4th and 5th generation. We mostly use silicone. When's the last time you placed a saline? It's been a while, right?
Yes, about 97% of my patients will choose silicone. You know what's great? You know, just like we have a whole array of injectables available in our practice, we have pretty much all the implants that are available today on the market to use, and it's really great because there isn't one implant that's great for everybody.
Well, while we're talking about this, let's take a look at these implants. And my question would be to you, if you're thinking about having a breast augmentation in 2014, when's the time to make that appointment, doctor?
Now.
Today.
I would say now. Exactly.
You know, because I would
Phones
assume.
are ringing. No, no, really it is. I mean, you have to make it now because you got to get in and see us in consultation and then get the time scheduled and fit into our schedules. And so it's now. You know, it's after the first year at least to get back in because people get very frustrated. They have a timeline and then they miss that timeline. But, you know, this is a smooth implant, which you can imagine looks very, very smooth. And this is a textured implant. And for some patients, smooth is the best choice. For some, textured is the best choice. And I think that's to have both of those that perform very, very well is great. Additionally, a little different is the shape device. And I think you can see from the shape device that it tapers. The top does not have as much volume. So in somebody that doesn't have a lot of breast tissue, a round implant is going to look very round. But if you see on the side view, this is a more tapered shape. More
natural?
A much more natural look. Now, a lot of my patients in Kentucky come in asking for more volume. They've lost their volume in the upper poles of their breast. And so, of course, we're going to use a round implant. But some patients actually are very concerned with getting an implant because they think they're going to look fake. And for those patients, it's really important to understand that we have shaped devices today. The first shaped device was introduced in the United States in March of 2012, so just a year and a half ago. So these are new implants to patients. They don't know they even exist. And so I think it's important to get the word out that today, and going on into 2014, our choices of implants are great. The performance is great. What I lecture about a lot, and Dr. Mitsuguchi and I really believe in is control in breast augmentation. That we shouldn't be throwing in implants and hoping that they settle down to the place we want them to someday, right? It's that you gain control of that case, you put the implants exactly where you want them to be, and they deliver that result with minimal to no complications. That's the goal, always. You want to minimize any problems you can have with implants. I spend, and so does Amnana, a lot of our time revising breasts, redoing breasts that get sent to us. I would hope that someday I never have to see another patient who's had some problems with their breast augmentation. And so I think how you don't have problems is that you use implants and devices and techniques that achieve control so you get a great result in every patient, every time, that you take these sort of variables out of it and be successful. And that can be done today. I think that with the implants we have that ability to minimize any problems with breast augmentation in your initial augmentation and get great results that are tailored to the patient's body and to exactly what they need. And I think that's why I feel very strongly about it. And I think too many breast augmentations are performed sort of haphazardly and sort of just volumizing a patient, but not really trying to shape that patient and gain control.
Obviously, there's been many innovations on the choices. I'm curious, doctor, as far as, is there also as much movement as far as limiting the downtime, as far as new innovations and techniques, as far as the surgery is concerned, to help that patient recover quicker and be back up on her feet?
Well, I think that, so much of that has to do with preparing that patient and trying to explain to them what's going to happen, what their limitations are after. I think that, the trend we see, the larger implant you put in is going to give you more discomfort. And I think Dr. Calabrese wrote an article about the perfect fit several years ago, and it's about picking the right size implant so that you can minimize that discomfort post-operatively.
Yeah, I think there's a video on the Plastic Surgery channel with me talking about that, the concept that, we should not be over-augmenting patients. That's not our goal. Our goal is, there really is one perfect implant for every patient. Now, we may not put that always in that patient because I have to consider the patient's desires, what they're looking for, right? But I'm always pulling patients down to smaller sizes. They're trying to go bigger, and I'm trying to pull them to a small size that's still nice and full, but it fits their frame. You cannot put an implant in and just stuff it in and hope that it's going to be successful. It won't be. So we try to find implants that are perfect for each patient, put that implant in, and have minimal problems. And that's the goal. It's a new day in breast augmentation. I say this, I'm saying to the audience today what I say on the podium to my fellow plastic surgeons is there's a new day, and we can't be just augmenting like we have in the past. We've got to be doing great breast surgery, and we've got to do it every time on every patient.
All right, so. Jackie is on the phone with us. She has a question concerning breast augmentation. Jackie, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you doing?
We are doing well. Go ahead.
Here is my question. My bra size is like an H cup, and what do you do when I guess it's basically lost its, they're like sagging quite a bit? Do you put an implant in, or do you get them reduced? How do you go about that? What would you do?
So she's talking about breast reduction, and she's saying, is there an implant involved, or do you actually move tissue? Now, this may seem real elementary to you, but I have no idea. What do you do with a breast reduction?
Okay, so depending on what your desired volume of your breast is going to be, I try to use your own breast tissue to give you that fullness and the shape of the breast that we could potentially do with an implant. Now, sometimes, people, the amount of volume that I'm able to remove is small. I'm sorry, it's just not in the right place where I want to replace it. So sometimes I do have to use an implant to replace that volume, especially in the upper part. So a lady that has very long, droopy, heavy breasts, it's very hard to get that breast back up to the upper part. But on the other hand, if you have quite a bit of volume all the way around, it's a lot easier to give that upper fullness without having to use the breast implant.
So if somebody's getting a breast reduction, you have to first reduce the breast, and you shouldn't put an implant in during that time. But if you're doing a breast lift, as he alluded to, and you don't really need a reduction but more of a lift, then 80% of the time I use an implant with that to achieve the fullness in the upper poles of the breast. So if it's just a lift, then implants are often utilized for that. But if we can use their own breast tissue and what I call auto augmentation, using their own tissue to create an implant effect, like Nana mentioned, then that's what we'll try to do. But in a reduction, we'll initially always try to get the reduction of the breast tissue. There's a new technique where we can actually use something called refined sutures and actually place a suture that sort of suspends. People are always trying to, they say, why can't you just put something up here and hold it up, instead of using an implant? Well, we have that suture that we can use sometimes as well, secured to the muscle here, and it'll sort of lift, sort of ratchet the breast back up into place without putting an implant in for those patients. So that's in a select patient. So I think that there's a lot of different options for those patients, and it starts with a consultation.
All right, and I think it's important to stress it's not just about the aesthetic beauty, but it's also about the confidence that you can receive here at CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. Once again, only 3 days remaining. The 12 days of CaloSpa will be right back, coming to you from the CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center.
Plus, the largest, most accurate team of meteorologists, Kevin Harnett and the Wave 3 News Storm Tracking Team. They get it right. You get it now.
The cold air plow on down across the Ohio Valley.
On your TV, on your phone, online. Your most accurate forecast. Kevin Harnett and the Storm Tracking Team, only on Wave 3 News.
When you need help with your Social Security disability case, lawyers or non-attorney reps fly in from New York, Chicago, or just about anywhere. Ask if that lawyer knows the local judges. Ask how much of their practice is actually dedicated to Social Security disability. Better yet, just ask for Attorney Michael Sullivan. I live in Louisville, and disability law is what I do.
Call Attorney Michael Sullivan, toll-free, 1-866-301-3700.
Scorpio Interiors, for the finest in contemporary design, furniture, accessories, and lighting for the home or office. Visit Scorpio Interiors on Bardstown Road, just south of Eastern Parkway.
CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. We are back, 3 days remaining in the 12 days of CaloSpa. Lots of great holiday deals. Make an appointment today or come on by, grab a gift card, and it goes $20 back to you for every $100 you spend. Dr. Calabrese is with me now, and we're talking about the theme of New Year, New You. That might involve, maybe you had a tattoo at spring break maybe 25 years ago, and that tattoo doesn't really fit your image any longer.
Right.
You can remove that.
Right. You know, tattoos are meant to be permanent, and of course we know that almost nothing in our life we want to be exactly permanent. We hope wives we do, right? You know,
there you go. There you go.
Hope. But almost everything else, you know, probably not. And I think that for those patients, it's been really a challenge with tattoo removal because tattoo removal takes a lot of treatments in general. You know, can take 8, 10, 12 treatments, can get very expensive in the $4,000 to $6,000, $7,000 to remove them.
Hello.
So it costs a lot more to get rid of them than it did to put them on in the first place. But additionally, it kind of leaves a halo or a ghost. You know, it doesn't, as it takes it away, you kind of see where the tattoo still was. It's sort of a lightened area. It's not exactly complete removal. So I've been looking at tattoo removal longer than I've been looking for Lexington properties, right? I mean, forever, because there was never a great laser tattoo. A tattoo laser, but today there is, and we purchased a very, very expensive laser called the PicoSure, which is the newest technology. So instead of using nanoseconds, it's using something much faster called picoseconds. That's why it's called PicoSure, to get rid of this pigment. So it basically explodes the pigment in your skin. You don't see it, but that's what it's doing. So instead of other lasers sort of breaking a rock into the sort of like stones or pebbles, it breaks it into sand. So it just basically shatters it, and then the body sort of absorbs it and gets rid of it. So instead of taking 10 treatments, it classically takes somewhere between 3 to maybe 5 treatments to get rid of the laser, so much faster. So when you're doing a treatment every 4 to 6 weeks, and you're asked to do 10 treatments, it's going to take about 1.5 to 2 years to get rid of that tattoo. With the PicoSure, if I only have to do 3 or 4 treatments every 6 weeks, within 3 or 4 months, we can have the tattoo almost completely gone. Additionally, it doesn't really leave that halo or that ghost behind, so it's a much more complete. And you can see these examples here where the person, like on the lower set of pictures, had many laser treatments previously, and that's what they were left with. Yeah, it's not green, but you still see it. Then they went on to have a PicoSure, and you see the complete clearance of that. So this is a laser. My staff is so excited about the PicoSure. I had a dinner meeting with them 2 days ago, and we were talking about it, and they were really excited about how it works. Patients love the procedure. It's much faster, and it's less expensive when you consider that you're going to have to pay for only a few treatments instead of 10 or 12 treatments, and you get your results much faster. So the PicoSure is a game changer when it comes to tattoo removal, and that's the only reason I purchased this device, because we really want to always have only the best technology, and I never really felt good about tattoo removal until we had the PicoSure. So those of you who want a new you and do not want that tattoo anymore, or you want to get rid of it and get a new tattoo, that's fine, then the PicoSure is great, and I really highly recommend it. I think it's great.
You probably noticed by now this being the best, the most innovative, that's very important here at CaloSpa, and we have it right here in Louisville, Kentucky. All right. You know, I always wanted a tattoo of Hervé Villechaize.
Yeah,
so I can have a tattoo.
Oh, a tattoo. That's really good. That was so clever. I can't stand it. Really, I can't. No,
really, I can't.
Really funny.
Okay, I'll quit.
Yeah, a tattoo of tattoo. Okay. Exactly. No, that's really good.
You know what kind of Eminem's tattoo likes?
Oh, no.
The plane.
The plane. Oh, yeah, okay. The plane.
All right, I'll quit. I'll quit with the bad jokes.
Clearly.
NeoGraft. Is this another example of the latest?
Yeah, it really is. You know, NeoGraft, talking about technology, and I think, you know, I was once taught you have to spend money to make money, and so I think that you have to invest in technology if you want to bring the best, and it's really hard to do because they get very expensive. But the NeoGraft, I've been doing hair transplants for probably 18 or 19 years, and hair transplants are great, no matter how you do them, strip grafting, whatever you do. Today, they look natural and they do great, so I'm thinking, why change? Well, then came along NeoGraft, and you start to see that with this technology, we can do it scarless, so there's no need for scars in the back of their head anymore. We take each graft out separately as it's grown, and you place it in the front in a very natural look. I saw a patient that I'd done many years ago. I went back and NeoGrafted him 9 months ago. We saw his results this last week, and it looks outstanding. And, you know, he thought it was just a great experience. You don't have the pain in the back of your head like you do when you take skin out of the back.
Men and women?
Men and women. It works great. This is a machine that goes in the back of the scalp and basically plucks out every hair as it grows. So we call that follicular units. So it's you know, like grass. Some grass grows with one blade, sometimes 2, sometimes 3 all together. so does hair. So we take the grafts out exactly as they're grown, and so when you place them back into the head, exactly as they grow naturally, then they are going to stay.
All right.
Hair transplants are permanent. So NeoGraft is the new technology, and it's just taking it to the next level.
Fantastic. A lot of folks wanting to have your expert opinion on some things. Melissa is with us now. Melissa, Merry Christmas, and you have a question for Dr. Calabrese.
Yes, sir. I had breast cancer in 2005, and I was wondering, I had uneven breast now, and I had a lumpectomy, and I was wondering if it would be a lot of trouble to get them evened up, or if I should reduct or increase, because I'm a size D on one side, double D on one side, and probably a big B on the other.
Yeah, that's a good question. When you're doing, even with lumpectomies and radiation, that sometimes you're left with uneven breasts, even if you don't do a mastectomy. And mostly it's because of the radiation, which tends to sort of shrink up the breast that was treated, and then you have asymmetry. And that's a perfectly good reason to have sort of some secondary procedures to have your breasts even. So sometimes we need to go back and reduce the opposite side to make it match the smaller side that had breast cancer, sometimes scar revisions, sometimes adding implants to add sort of fullness that may be lost with some of that volume loss. So absolutely, you should look into it. If you have a lot of unevenness to your breast, or you don't think they look in a satisfactory way, ultimately, if it's significant enough, your insurance may even reimburse you for that as well. So I just did, this morning before I came here, I just did a breast reconstruction on a patient with cancer. I don't do a lot of reconstructions, I do mostly cosmetics these days, but in many of my patients who've been my patients for years, who I've done other things on, of course they see me and they really just want me to do their breast cancer reconstruction when they come down with breast cancer through their life, and so we do that. So I did that today for her, and I think it's a great, we have so many great ways to make breasts better, and you deserve to have, even good-looking breasts, even if you had a lumpectomy with radiation.
All right, we're coming back to you from the CaloSpa. We'll be right back on Wave 3 Listens.
If the recent changes in healthcare have you feeling like there's a lot to learn, you're not alone. At Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, we've done our homework on the new healthcare law, so we can help you make an informed decision, like finding a reliable health insurance plan that's right for you. All our plans offer $0 preventive care benefits to help keep you healthy. Our plans cover doctor visits, prescription drugs, hospital stays, and more. Choose from doctors and hospitals in our network. Generations have relied on us for their health care coverage. Apply today. Your coverage is guaranteed, and there are no medical exams required. Act today. It's not too late to apply for health coverage in 2014. Open enrollment ends soon. Now you can get reliable coverage from a name you can trust. Call us at 1-866-786-3086 for a free quote. That's 1-866-786-3086. Or visit lookatanthem.com.
And welcome back. CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. 3 days remaining, the 12 days of CaloSpa. Now is the time to get your holiday gifts. Nothing says quality. Nothing says the very best like CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. All right, Laura is with us. She'd like to talk to Dr. Calabrese. Laura, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks.
Yes, go ahead.
Hey, good morning.
I was calling. I have hyperpigmentation on my cheek area, and I have had Fraxel laser to treat it. However, it has not dissipated. Wondered if you had another option for that.
Yeah, did you have Fraxel Restore or Fraxel Repair? Do you know?
The series.
The series, yeah, and which can be very good for pigmentation. Well, at the end of the day, it depends upon how bad and how deep the pigmentation is, and sometimes it can be quite the battle to get rid of pigmentation. But there's a lot of new great products. Sometimes they include hydroquinone. We have a product called Lytera, which is from the Skin Medica company that does a great job of bleaching skin. And I think it's always important to remember that it's an ongoing problem, so you have to use bleaching agents. If Fraxel Restore, which is the series you had, didn't work, then sometimes Fraxel Repair or a series of photofacials can be important. Sometimes a chemical peel to get rid of the pigmentation. It's sort of a big fight to get rid of pigmentation, but I always say you can almost always get rid of pigmentation when you find the right combination of treatments, and you always stay on these sort of products that sort of reduce the pigmentation, and you avoid sunlight, and that's extremely important. Just you can spend 6 months getting rid of your pigment, and in 3 hours out in the sun, you can reverse all that was done. And I'm sure you've done so many of those things, but when one technique is not successful or doesn't help, you must move on to new technology to resolve it. You can't give up. It's just like acne. When somebody still has acne after a certain treatment, you just find a new path. And I always say everybody can get rid of acne. You just have to find the right path, and it's different for different people. The same with your pigmentation.
Laura, thank you so much for the call. Deanna has rejoined us. And Deanna, my question to you is, you look so nice. How did you get out of school today? What did you use for an excuse?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Your teachers are looking for you.
They are.
Yeah.
If you've just joined us, Voluma is the name of the product. Deanna, tell us a little bit about the process, and what do you think of the results so far?
I think they're great. I was worried a little bit about the pain. No pain. It was good.
Right? No pain, right?
None at all. I put just a teeny bit of numbing before for 10 or 15 minutes, and it was good. It was easy.
Yeah. And that's typical.
So what kind of results does someone want? What she's talking about, doctor? I mean, what exactly, who's a good candidate, I guess, for Voluma is what I'm looking for?
Well, I think it's really anybody that starts to lose some volume in the face. And that could be relatively a young person, or somebody who doesn't even have a lot of shape or a lot of cheekbones. They could use that aesthetically. But you can see just by adding volume into this upper port, we call the high lateral cheek, you can also put it into the mid cheek, but just adding volume there transitions from the sort of nasolabial fold right across the cheek. It also, by lifting here and pulling, it's pulling up the face and removing sort of the jowl appearance here. And she didn't have much of a jowl. The younger people don't, but older people do. And if you put enough volume, yeah, exactly. So, but older people will have a jowl, and if you put enough volume here, especially if they've lost a lot of volume, that's what they need, more volume. And you can put, she had 1 syringe per side, but you could put 2 or 3 syringes per side in somebody that needs more volume. And there's nothing wrong with that in order to achieve the success of the product and avoid surgery. And for those patients, I think that you want to put enough product. Nana and I have always believed that the #1 reason somebody's not happy with fillers is because they don't use enough product. So you must make sure that we completely treat to correction. And so just because somebody buys 1 syringe, I may be saying we need 2, 3, or 4. The first time I had volume in my face, and I'm a man, which takes a little more volume, I used 5 syringes. So it takes more volume. And I was 47, so I wasn't doing it when I was 35, and so it took more volume to get there. And so for her, being young and already looking great, so exactly, 1 syringe per side made a big difference.
Now, how long would these results last? How often do you have to come back in?
If you get complete correction, up to 2 years. Wow. So really, the other products are generally a year. So this one, because it's thicker product, it's harder for the body to break it down. It lasts longer too. So people like the idea of that. Everybody wants something semi-permanent. Permanent's bad because permanent, if you don't like the results, they're permanent. And it's not so great. So semi-permanent's great. You don't want to do something every 2 or 3 months, but once or twice, once every year or 2 is really acceptable by most patients.
All right, Deanna, I have about 30 seconds here, if you would. You're a client here. If you were talking to your husband right now or to a friend of yours, how important is it to get into CaloSpa during the last 3 days or 12 days of CaloSpa?
Immediately. It kind of sells immediately, right now.
Exactly.
You look fabulous. And Doc, you keep saying late 40s. You look like you're mid-30s. Do you mind? How old are you? Do you mind?
51. I just turned 51 on Sunday, so.
Wow.
So 51, so I think.
You're a walking billboard.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You look great.
I tell my patients, I'm like, there's a lot of Botox and there's a lot of filler in this face, so, just adding enough volume. I had the same thing. I look tired when I go past a mirror. I'd look tired. I have a mirror on my vanity at home, and you never look down at it, right? You get a little older, it's horrible. So.
Well, you look fabulous.
Same.
All right, CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. You can have a younger you in 2014. We'll be right back, coming to you from the CaloSpa.
Hi, I'm Kevin Renfro, owner of the Becker Law Office. Our world today is filled with labor-saving tools to help us do difficult tasks. But that doesn't mean all of them are safe to operate. In the rush to make a profit, some companies don't manage the quality or safety of their products. If you've been injured because of an unsafe product, call the Becker Law Office.
Serious, experienced, results. Call the Becker Law Office for a free evaluation. Just dial 3s.
When Chef Tony Baker makes his famous hollandaise sauce, he doesn't need to pull out his mixer.
I use the Pogo Whisk, the fastest whisk I've ever used. Each push on the Pogo Whisk spins the head, aerating my sauce perfectly. It emulsifies oil and vinegar, making any salad dressing a snap. And our barista loves it for foaming milk for coffee drinks. With soft ice cream and fresh berries, I can make my favorite smoothie or shake. Don't just whisk, Pogo Whisk.
Get the Pogo Whisk, available at Walgreens, Rite Aid, Kitchen Collection, and Amazon.com.
Welcome back. CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center, very special edition, and lots of specials going on. First of all, Doc, January specials?
January, we have some great events coming up in January. January 9th, we have the Discover the New You. It's about the ideal protein weight loss program we have here. For those of you who can get through the holidays and think it's time to start with a little weight loss, we have a great diet plan here that we can work with you. And also Cool Sculpting, which sort of melts the fat away too. Great non-surgical way to reduce fat. On January 17th, a Dysport special, Dysport Day. You buy one area and you get the second area half price. That's January 17th, January 23rd. You get a growth factor event where you come in, learn about growth factors, get special pricing on growth factors. You can do it all here at CaloSpa. There's absolutely no problems. Always do the special on gift cards up to the holidays. $100 gift card gets you a $20 gift card free, and that's what we do.
Wow,
Thank
he did
you.
it. I can't believe
Thank
it. He
you
did
very
it.
much.
All right, Dr. Calabrese, CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. We'll see you tomorrow on Wave 3 Listens. I can't believe you got it in.